why I'm not that worried that, potentially we are going to be seeing a crash, in that sense. So I'm still very bullish on XRP, even if it dips a bit. I mean, if it goes up 40% and dips 10%, that's totally fine with me. We still have very, very bullish indicators. So yeah, we do have also Mark Yusko giving a price prediction, which is another thing I wanted to talk about. Mark Yusko is also a billionaire, and he's been also vocal about cryptocurrencies. So as I'm saying this, President Trump posed the greatest Bitcoin explanation of all time. Like, Trump is always tweeting about crypto. I find that extremely bullish, and just the way he talks about the U.S. companies like XRP, Stellar being approved is just breaking news,
Complex adaptive system that is Bitcoin. It is a better money. It is the evolution of money.
Then we added Bitcoin. We thought of Bitcoin as a company. Today, I think Bitcoin is 2 trillion. We're like, well, could it get to also 4 or 5 trillion?
I'm wildly bullish, and I think that, we displaced gold as the core of money. And the monetary...
Again, the issue with gold is it's very hard to transfer it. How are you going to transfer 2,000 kilos or 10,000 pounds of gold? Are you going to put it on the airplane? No, you cannot. So what do? Put it on a ship that can potentially sink, and you need to be insured for it. Again, it's going to cost a lot of money. So Bitcoin is basically the new gold. That's what people are saying. XRP is even better because it takes less transactions.
The value of gold is about 10 trillion. So 10 trillion, and let's say there's, just around numbers, 20 million Bitcoin. You're talking about, a meaningful price for the price of Bitcoin. And that will continue to accrete over time. And every halving, we add a zero. We get 10 times bigger as a network. So we went from...
Again, yeah, people were saying that $3 XRP is crazy back when I was in the forums in 2017. But now suddenly people are setting new prices, new price lines. To me, that's really insane.
10 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000 this time. And next one will be 1 million. So that's coming.
Today we have Morgan Creek Capital's Mark Yusko discussing his prediction for all Bitcoin investors and why the coming price surge will affect the entire crypto market in the coming weeks.
Again, yeah, and even Trump might be buying more Bitcoin now, just as he's tweeting about Bitcoin. There's a new report on July 22nd.
Yusko believes that the coming bull run will be unlike anything we've seen in recent history, and why he believes $400 trillion is about to pour into Bitcoin. We've seen many rapid cryptocurrency price rises in the last few weeks, with BlackRock at the helm. Yusko points out that just 1% of BlackRock's portfolio will open this floodgate to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars in institutional capital.
So yeah, BlackRock is buying literal billions and billions. Hello, Ian, and we are going to be seeing so much prices basically blowing up in the near future. Again, BlackRock buying a very much XRP. So I also have an article that I'm going to check out on this channel right after this video. So smash that like.
Price. So we could see the biggest crypto surge yet in just a matter of weeks. Let's get right into the latest interview with Mark Yusko as he gives his Bitcoin and crypto prediction and what we can expect in the days and weeks ahead.
And I'm bullish. And I think, we'll be many millions as we get to 10 trillion of market cap.
Again, 10 trillion market cap could be a very bullish sign for XRP. Could easily be $5, $10. Guys, I've been saying it. People were calling me crazy back, when I was saying 1 cent for XRP, that it will be $3. But they didn't listen. They said, oh, there's a lawsuit, you're going to lose. Or XRP has, it's fighting against Ethereum. And now we're seeing this type of bullish movement where people are literally calling for $20.
Yeah, 500K. So that's my base case. That's my base case. But the price of gold will continue to appreciate as we print more fiat. So that number is not static, right? So 1 million, I think, is highly likely at the next halving. And the value of gold will continue to go up. So that's my base case. The problem with fiat is, like, there are stories where people, they open up a house and they see all the cash buried in the wall. No one missed that cash. They just printed more. But
Exactly. Like, let's see what happened when, Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet went missing. when it didn't move for many years, everybody was talking about it. But if you have cash, who cares? You can just print more. You can, and that's why people are going for finite number of things in life. They're going for real estate. Yes, you can build, more apartments, but never in the same location. There's always going to be more people. Yes, you can never get more land. You can get land in random places. You can get a random meme coin, but you can never get more XRP. This is it. More and more is getting burnt every day. And once they announce that burn, boom, it's sky high.
We know how many Bitcoins are because we have a permanent, immutable truth. And again, the aha moment for me was 838, now 839 years, we've had a trust system. Banking is built on trust. You give your money to a bank because it's not safe to hold it all yourself and carry it around. So you trust them. But I actually have a recurring nightmare, not like every day, but maybe once a year. Go to the bank and punch in my code, because I do have an ATM card, and it says $0. How would I prove it's not zero? I don't have a statement. I haven't had a statement for years. Is their word against mine? Now I could probably prove.
And that's the power of blockchain. That's why, these transactions taking 2-3 seconds is so much easier for anyone that's big into crypto, And there was people where they had their bank's account frozen. They had all their money lost because they put all their money into one basket.
Because of old receipts or something that I used to have money and now they say I don't, but it would be their word against mine. And so it's a really interesting dynamic that this complex adaptive system that is Bitcoin, it is a better money. It is the evolution of money. And it's funny. So I'm wildly bullish, and I think that, we displaced gold as the core of money. And
that's the issue. You can just not care about gold anymore. Again, when you talk, with people, what you're holding, you tell them you hold cryptocurrencies because there's a massive community for that. For gold, it's mostly banks, and you cannot carry gold around. Like the thing with Bitcoin is really you can send it to friends. When you want to send some gold to a friend as a tip, like if you want to send $10 of XRP to your friend, you can literally do that and they become a holder. And that's how it spreads. It's like a disease. It's like common cold, right? And when you have gold, you gotta give them like 1 ounce, which is like $200 or whatever. It's not 1 ounce, but you get my point. You gotta give them like $30 instead of $5. And they gotta like not lose it, because a lot of people like throw that small gold coin or whatever somewhere in the trash accidentally. With crypto, it's always gonna be on your exchange, right? And this is where the big hype comes in. Like diversity is key. I fully agree. When you have, for example, some money on the bank and it gets frozen or something happens or somehow you lose it all. Then you can go, I have XRP. I can use an XRP card and buy some stuff.
Somewhere in that range. It's kind of tough to pin down. And that will continue to accrete over time. And every halving, we add a zero. We get 10 times bigger as a network. So we went from 10 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000 this time. And next one will be 1 million. So that's coming. I'm bullish. And I think, we'll be...
Again, when billionaires are bullish, that's definitely good news. Billionaires being bullish news for me. Like literally, we saw people talking how bearish they are last 3 years.
There's a certain,
and now we are seeing, billionaires talking how they are excited for it.
Many millions as we get to 10 trillion of market cap. But I'm sorry, no, not many millions. But we'll be 500K. So that's my base case. That's my base case. But the price of gold.
So again, we're not that far off from $10 XRP if this happens.
Gold will continue to appreciate as we print more fiat. So that number is not static, right? So 1 million, I think, is highly likely at the next halving. And the value of gold will continue to go up. So that's my base case. But as bullish as I am, and I've been bullish a long time, there's a guy you should interview sometime named Murray Stahl. Murray runs a firm called Horizon Kinetics in New York. Old school. He's even older than me. Right, and I'm old. He's even older, and he was even earlier than me, and he makes me sound like a bear. He's like, no, Mark, you don't understand. This is the apex technology that will.
Again, I feel like this technology is undervalued is because a lot of people don't believe in digital stuff. A lot of older generation, they don't want to learn how important it is for daily life. Today I was talking with my neighbor and he didn't know how to use the phone, right? So I had to tell him, and he's missing out on all these potential gains. A lot of people like to keep it old school. I'm seeing that right now. But now in 20 years, as younger generation is coming in, they want to learn about crypto. They're not old school anymore, knowing nothing about tech. And they're seeing the potential of tech and AI, especially AI. It's just becoming a real big thing. You know, it's not fun and games anymore. It can literally save your job. It can save your life. And people are willing to pay thousands for that. Because the most important thing in life, guys, remember, is time. You can make more money. You can make infinite money. I made some pretty decent gains with XRP. But one thing you can never get is time. So if you have more time, like there's little billionaires that would pay you millions just to give, if you give them 5 extra years. But you cannot buy it, and that's what the thing is. A lot of people invest into their future. That's why they buy XRP, because they believe in technology, they believe in AI, they believe how it can save them time. And that's what people are really talking about with money. It's to buy experiences and save you time. So remember that all the time. But yeah, this is why Bitcoin is also pumping up. And this is why these billionaires are investing into technology. They're investing into XRP. They're investing into AI. Either they're investing into the coin or they're investing into something, such as like investment into Ripple. Ripple, the ones who made XRP. Because they want to get something out of it. They realize that if the bank takes millisecond instead of 15 hours to send a transaction, guess what? They save millions of fees.
On the bottom, this is Bitcoin, this is fiat. And that's exactly what's happening. There's all that gravity is going to push that bad money, and this little triangle is going to become all money.
Yusko reassures that a long-expected surge awaits. Embracing an unyielding enthusiasm for the crypto realm, Yusko confidently predicts that explosive growth looms on the horizon, as BlackRock and many other crypto giants are doing just that.
Again, BlackRock is buying billions.
The reason Jamie Dimon hates it, they have to hate it, right? Horse and buggy people hated horseless carriages. Train companies hated airlines.
It's the new big thing. It's exactly as this billionaire said that I'm telling you guys. They don't like crypto because it's an old time, like new time thing is stock market. The old time thing is the stock market. The new time thing is crypto and XRP.
People who sell us crap.
It just pumped $200 billion in like 2-3 months. Do you think it's just a fade that's going to fade away? It's been here 12 years. I missed out on it 2016, and I'm not going to miss out on it now that, just 8 years passed.
Food filled with seed oils don't like steak. I mean, come on. Warren Buffett, 46% was financial services. He doesn't want you to own this. Right. Jamie Dimon, 100% is financial services. He doesn't want you to own this. So at the end of the day, 839 years, the banking industry, insurance, brokerage, title, it's a great run. It's over. Now, it's not over tomorrow. It's not over next week or next month.
So just like the knowledge is going to increase, might take a few more weeks.
But it's over. And incrementally, bit by bit, that big orange Pac-Man is going to eat everything. And that's good. People say, well, you're not a real Bitcoiner if you don't put 100% in. Bottom line, it's your savings technology. It's your running money. So you put 2, 5, 8, 10, the younger you are, the bigger the number, away. In cold storage, chill, and...
So yeah, some people, in their 20s, 30s literally got rich because they invested Bitcoin. 2009, they got 1,000 Bitcoin. Now they maybe only can afford 5 Bitcoin, but that's completely fine, right?
I turn into Bitcoin or Bitcoin treasury companies or other.
I have a friend who literally was rich, and because he put all his life savings into Bitcoin. He believed in technology. And that's the real thing. Right now, more and more people are becoming millionaires in easier ways. Literally, it created millionaires overnight for XRP just recently.
Things like that. And so, or venture capital. I like to invest in venture capital. Yeah. That's the other one.
Does Bitcoin eventually eat all other crypto?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, in the sense that no other crypto will take a role in money, none. But that doesn't mean that we can't have other digital assets or other blockchains that have value to do other things. Right. Smart contracts are a good thing. I mean, there's some things that have to get worked out, but they are.
Exactly. So he's saying that Bitcoin will not destroy XRP. He's literally mentioning XRP as we speak. He's saying that basically Bitcoin is going to do some things and then XRP is going to do the other things. It's going to be a win-win for both.
Are a good thing. DEXs are a good thing. You know, one of the challenges is, I say it all the time, is if ETH was created today, would anybody use it? When you could use SUI or
Exactly. So right now, you know, XRP is the first. That's why I'm bullish on it. Or, well, Ethereum is the first. XRP was the second. But if XRP was the first, I can guarantee you it would actually beat Ethereum by market cap today. Unfortunately, they were, I think, a few months or a year too late. But he is saying that this is why these cryptos, you know, sometimes they're first and they survive all these bear markets, and the technology behind it is absolutely insane. So XRP still has great potential. It's basically the second for this decentralization.
Solana. I don't know. But the fact is, it wasn't invented today. It was invented first, so it has critical mass. There's more development on that. Does that mean it's going to go away, or is it going to go to 10,000? I don't really know. So it's not my preferred, and I'm going to leave you with this. So one chain to rule all chains, the Lord of the Rings, it's just Bitcoin. And we build L2s and L3s and L4s, similar to, we got gold at the base layer. Then we got Fedwire. Then we got ACH. Then we got Visa and MasterCard. I don't ever use money. I use a little plastic card and I charge. And once a month, I settle to ACH that settles to Fedwire. I never touch gold. So I don't really know yet, but most of the meme coins, they're going to zero. I mean, there's no intrinsic value.
This is what I've been calling for months now, is why XRP, you know, is probably going to be outperforming all these meme coins.
The ones that don't, I mean, you know, maybe there'll always be a place. Is NVIDIA stock at these levels any different than a meme coin?
Valid.
Not really. Not really. You can't justify the valuation based on cash flows.
Yep.
Tesla, same thing. Is it a good company? Sure. Is the value of that company less if you liquidated it? Yes. So what's the rest? Memishness.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Supply and demand. Is there going to be a change? You know, and look, my generation, the boomers, we created a very cool system. We created this thing called 401k. So we all put money in and we pump up the stocks. And then at some point, we're going to have to drain it.
That's the original Bitcoin.
Capitalization weighted. The more you put in, the higher it goes. The more you put in, the higher it goes. And it's self-fulfilling. Well, at some point, when we start drawing out, which is going to start happening pretty soon, you start taking $1 trillion a year out, then it's less good. Same thing with real estate. We pump up real estate prices, and then suddenly all of us need to downsize. Who's going to buy all the McMansions?
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, not the price they're listed, $1 million if you...
So yeah, that is why, you know, the stock market, again, trillions and trillions will be pumped out in the next 10 years. It might not happen overnight, but this is why people are buying XRP. Again, smash that like button. Welcome everyone new to the stream.